I think of food as a sense of history. I think it ties people together. I think people have memories with food and what they ate and how it was served and what happened over a meal. I'm definitely a person who lives to eat as opposed to eats to live. It's almost like place memory in a way. Food is really interesting because, you know, it can transmit so much about where a people come from. And, you know, not just from a Jewish point of view. I'm very interested in early American history, and you see the foodways of the South. Well, a lot of those foodways from the South have African origins. And I look at Jewish food that way too. How did Ashkenazi food evolve? How is it different from the bigger culture that surrounded it? You know, of course, you know that, food historians will look at a recipe and go, this is probably Jewish. Why? There's an absence of butter and an absence of milk. And instead of those, they've used oil or they've used an animal fat. So a lot of times a food historian can say, you know, this is probably has its beginning in the Jewish community. And the wider community's taken it over, or vice versa. The Jewish community has changed it to make it appropriate for kashrut. So I really enjoy that. And, you know, when I eat mandel bread, I think of my mother because it's my mother's recipe and it actually is a very interesting recipe because it's butter. So I've never asked her why or how she got it, but it's butter, which is unusual for a mandel bread recipe. And, you know, when I have chicken soup, I always wonder how much does this taste like Bubby's? You know, how much have I changed it or whatever. So it always brings me back to places and to people. It's a way of remembering people.